Welcome back to the ChitChat podcast. Again, no video, audio, because we're talking about that DC Fandome.
He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. And we have to destroy him. But he is not our enemy. Not today.
20 years in Gotham, Alfred. We've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way?
Right into your dome. I am joined by Mr. Stephen Mills, writer of the book, So You Like Marvel. What's wrong with you? Thank you for joining us, Mr. Mills.
Thank you for having me, Trey. I love DC. I hate Marvel. That's the end of the podcast.
That's it. That's what this whole thing was about. But no, this is part 2 of our DC Fandome discussion. And honestly, we're going to kick this off by talking about that new Wonder Woman final trailer.
I don't want to be like anyone. I want to be an apex predator.
You've always had everything, while people like me have had nothing. Well, now it's my turn. Get used to it.
But I think with this Wonder Woman trailer, there's a lot to unpack. A lot of it, unfortunately, I don't really understand because I regrettably haven't really read through a lot of Wonder Woman comics. In fact, of her rogues gallery, the only people I know are Cheetah, who is revealed in this trailer, who's been, we've already seen in headlines and news and stuff like that KristenWig was going to be Cheetah, right. And it's heavily implied in the other trailer. Here we actually get to see her in some actually really good viewable shots. But the other guy, the one who PedroPascal is playing, I have no idea who he's supposed to be, and what actually is going on. But so what did you think about the trailer, Steve?
I really like the first trailer more because it was very heavy on the nostalgia. I really like the music. It has a very nice tone. This one is very, very much a comic book movie kind of trailer. There's the little quip at the end where it's like, parachute pants? Is everyone jumping out of planes? And I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but whatever. Like you, I haven't read. I mean, I'm not big into reading comics that are comic book, like superhero based.
Right.
I have no idea how they brought ChrisPine back as Steve Rogers, but I'm guessing that'll be explained. Maybe you know the explanation for that.
I don't want to. I do. Because it's heavily implied in the trailers that whoever PedroPascal is playing has probably stolen something from Greek mythology, stolen something from the gods that is making people's like wishes or desires come true or something like that. Something to that nature.
Interesting.
Which is probably what brought Steve back and probably what gives KristenWig her abilities as Cheetah. Whereas in the comics, what I do know from her is that she was cursed by this, like, she was an archaeologist who found this like panther god totem or like this cheetah god totem, some kind of cat god totem, and was scratched by it and became Cheetah. Or at least in one version of her, that's what happened. Because, comic books, it should be... And sheath your tweets, DC fanboys. I don't know the exact thing because it's comic books and it's all different. But in one version, yeah, that's how she got her abilities and became the Cheetah.
Wow.
As she's called.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's weird as fuck. I think I like the structure of the first trailer more. I'm comparing the trailers, and I really wish happened. This is just a small tangent.
Okay.
I wish that trailer houses I wish when trailers were posted, I wish that the editor of the trailer or the editors of the trailer were posted in like the description so I could see what else they've edited. That'd be interesting.
You can see. Well, no, not the trailers.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard as hell to find.
I was about to say the visual effects. Like, yeah, man, just go look up where the digital. They probably did a bunch, but that's the visual effects. That's what I'd be looking up and stuff. It is hard as hell to be finding trailer. I found some companies that be doing trailer cuts, and they show which trailers They do. Just do a Google search. They probably show up.
No, I mean
somehow.
not the company, but I mean like the specific person at the company.
Oh damn! You want the dude?
Yeah, I want the dude or the woman's name.
You're like, I want them on my desk by Friday. They're fired.
I want to see I want like a playlist of all of their trailers that they've edited.
Steven, that's so aggressive. What?
That's because there's this one guy that I follow, and he did a whole bunch of like super cut, like nice montagey things on the internet that got really popular, and then he became a trailer editor, and then now on his YouTube channel he has all of the trailers that he edits in the playlist. Nice. So I wish I want more of that, I guess, because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's cool, and whatever. And I've discovered new movies through him that I was like, oh, he's editing this. I know it's gonna be good, edited well because he edited it. And then I'm like, oh, I never heard of this movie, and then I end up watching the movie and whatever. Anyway, I don't like the CGI for Cheetah in this trailer. I
thought she looked pretty cool, but I'm kind of. I feel like I'm softer on CGI than a lot of other people. Like people like, especially like the one thing I didn't really hate in Justice League, where everybody else is like, this is complete trash, was Steppenwolf's CGI. Like I was like, that either. I was like, it's fine. Like what is he supposed to
haters
look like? What is he supposed like? You know the big motherfucker ain't real, right? Like come on, man. Like what do y'all want? This doesn't look like Cats.
His cheeks don't wrinkle, so I'm gonna need you guys to put it back into the render farm.
Exactly.
No. I mean, it's the cheetah in this trailer that we see is not Cat's bad. Definitely not at all. But I do think, I mean, it looks, I don't know, it's probably
but you wanted to go back to the render farm and look.
No, this is like, I don't know, it's kind of blurry and it's like at night. So I feel like maybe they're like hiding it or something.
Well, I think that's a lot of problems with a lot of these action-y movies, though. When they film their scenes at night, like the first Pacific Rim, you know what I mean? Like all those awesome battle scenes, where they at night, can't see nothing.
Yeah. Can't see nothing.
Can't see nothing. I mean, maybe the shine off of Diana's armor will shine up on Cheetah some more, and we'll get to see some more from it.
There are some cool things. That's like she has the whole like X thing going on with her arms, and then Cheetah just like going straight for her anyway. I was like, whoa, what's up with that? That wasn't in the first trailer. Some of her, there's more PedroPascal, who I really like as an actor. There's more of him in this than there was with the first trailer. There's more KristenWig in this trailer. I don't really dig KristenWig as an actress. She's great. She was great on Saturday Night Live, but like her acting and like Ghostbusters and literally anything else that she's in, minus the Skeleton Twins. That's the only thing that I like that she's in. But everything else, she always plays this like really goofy, dumb character. But this, it looks like there's some dramatic beats for her. I'm interested. I mean, I'm not gonna not see this movie because of KristenWig's filmography history that I just
nobody
don't
gonna
like.
see this movie if they don't put it in no kind of drive-in or nothing like that. I think that's the worst part about this is that this and Black Widow is like two female-led superhero movies, two female action movies, which we don't even get a lot of. Like we get like one a year, maybe. And they come out in this like mad unfortunate time, and people probably won't see it because if you in your right mind, you're not going to the theaters. And two, Disney and Warner Brothers seem to refuse to release these movies on VOD, which is insane to me.
There's that in big bold text at the end, only in trailers or only in theaters. I mean, only in trailers. No,
it's the only way you can watch this movie in trailers. In theaters. The only way I'm gonna watch this.
And they did that with. It seems like they've just been doing that a lot recently during this pandemic. Is making sure people know it's only in theaters. I'm like, did you really have to do that?
You for real don't
bringing me down.
But moving away from these movies and stuff, man, we got to talk about these video games, because not only is DC coming out in the movie space, but they also coming out. They showing their ass in them video game spaces too. So we got a new trailer for the newest game from WBMontreal, creators of Batman Arkham Origins, which is the prequel of the Batman Arkham trilogy, Arkham series. The one that's kind of lesser popular because, you know, it wasn't made by Rocksteady. Gotham Knights.
This, I'm dead. This is a code black. This message was automatically triggered when I destroyed the cave and everything it contained. We both know it won't take long for Gotham's criminals to realize the Batman is gone. And you can't count on the GCPD. Haven't trusted us since Jim died. Gotham will need its protectors more than ever.
Which shows the Bruce Wayne having been dead or having died, and it's up to the extended Bat family in order to save Gotham. Have you seen this? You know what I'm talking about here?
I haven't. I'm trying to watch it now without sound.
Oh, I feel that. It's in my opinion, it's kind of like the viewing public, as it were, from what I've seen, has been a little lackluster on it. A lot of people think it's cool and think it's better. It looks like it's going to be better than, like, say, the Avengers game that's supposed to be coming out in the next few weeks. But other people have been moaning because it seems much like Avengers to be sort of this games as service type of deal, like your Destinies, your Divisions, stuff like that. And while I think it's probably going to be that, and it's going to be, it kind of seems like a Division with a Batman skin. That kind of makes me like it, because I like the Division, but I got bored with its story. So I'd fall out of pace with keeping up with my friends playing the game and leveling up and being able to play with them in levels, because they're like level 50 and I'm like still level 10 trying to do level 50 missions. I'm dying all the time, you know. But this, if you put a Batman story on something, I'm kind of more in there, you know what I'm saying? I'm more invested in running around as Jason Todd or Batgirl or the little Robin as they got in there. I think a lot of my questions for this is this a standalone, like it may be a new series of games, or is this a part of the Arkham series? Mostly because there are some C's in there, like Batman having sort of died at the end of Arkham Knight, to being dead here, but also, you know, Jason Todd becoming Red Hood. If you haven't played Arkham Knight, sorry, spoilers. But the Arkham Knight being Red Hood pretty much, and Red Hood being in here sort of, I guess, is his first adventure. But there are differences, sort of like Batgirl being here, because in the Arkham series, Barbara Gordon is already Oracle, who, you know, got shot in the back by the Joker and became paralyzed and was watching the Watchtower. Here, she's fully Batgirl, doing the Batgirl thing. She walking around. That's, you know, unless it's like the comics where for no reason at all she became Batgirl again. I still don't understand how or why. I haven't gotten to that in the comics yet. I'm pretty sure it's dumb. But and we also have the Robin here, who could be Tim Drake, but the Tim Drake in the Arkham series is bald and looks like Eminem. This one kind of looks like Damien a little bit. Like there's a lot of there's cases to be made for both sides, and until WBMontreal says anything, we won't know.
This doesn't look like it fits into, like, were you saying it may fit into like the Arkham Asylum?
Yeah, world? The Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight type world.
I mean, I haven't played all of Arkham Asylum, and I've played some of it, but this doesn't look like it would. It doesn't seem as dark. And like this definitely seems, it's dark, but it's not as dark as like Arkham Asylum, Batman breaking people's backs and punching them to death, kind of thing.
Well, that's also another thing to where, like, that one was more like, this is more RPG focused, where you got your level ups, and you know, you gotta level up against these other characters who also like level, like your level 18 character going against their level 20 character. You know, you're probably not gonna have a lot of those like visceral last punch, last bad guy being taken out like you did in the Arkham series, and that's another like knock against this game. To whereas the Arkham series felt more personal, this, in my opinion, feels less so. Yeah, because you don't have like those takedowns. But maybe you will still have the takedowns because they have like those tag teams with Batgirl and Robin in the trailer or in the gameplay. If you see the gameplay trailer,
Yeah.
you know, there's that. So maybe they will be. I don't know, man. I'm confused, Steven. I'm confused. Like my emotions.
Confused. I can't give you any answers. I'm equally as confused. I'm probably more confused.
So is this something you would see yourself playing? Like you?
No, I see myself playing more of the Arkham Asylum series games. And those have interest me. I just haven't gotten around to them.
I feel that.
But yeah, and I'm seeing. I don't want to get off topic already. But I'm seeing the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League trailer right now.
Well, actually, I was about to talk about that next because if you like that more Arkham style stuff, the Rocksteady, the makers of them Arkham series, has gone, instead of making a new Batman game like we thought was rumored for the longest time. We thought they was gonna make another Batman game, or we were wondering what they were gonna make in the DC universe. Turns out it's Suicide Squad.
What is that? Australian for hangover?
I believe I can translate. Boomerang has a concussion from the enemy you missed in our last encounter.
Guess those teeth are sharper than your eyes, Shark Man. I never miss.
Never miss. Yeah, we bloody know. You never shut up about it.
And who's Suicide Squad fighting? They fighting the Justice League. So what, have you watched the trailer yet?
I'm currently watching it. I didn't know they were
watching it without sound, right?
I am watching it without sound.
All right, so
it's not as entertaining as it probably would be with sound.
It's hilarious with sound because the way they interact is how I hope they interact with the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. Like there's specifically a part where Deadshot is out there, they're having a conversation, pretty much lazing around on the job while Waller's like, you better go and do this thing. You better kill these people like I told you to kill them, or else I'm gonna blow up the bombs in the back of your neck. And Deadshot's over here talking some mess. And he's like, either KingShark or Boomerang is like, hey, you missed that last guy. And he's like, oh, you must be blind because Deadshot, and everybody says in use, it doesn't miss. And it's just like, because it's something he says all the time in like the comics and the TV show and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, we hear it 1,000 times. So I like the interaction, and I'm probably think that the cutscene visuals are going to be great for this game. But I'm wondering what style of game it's going to be, because from that trailer, it looks like another Xbox exclusive that came out like a while back when the Xbox One first came out. Sunset Overdrive, who made Marvel Spider-Man. Insomniac, I think there's the developer's name. It looks like that style of game where you just open world, jumping around the environment, like gliding or whatever, attacking enemies. It's really freeform and colorful and crazy. It could be that, which is different from most Rocksteady games. So I'm wondering, especially going from like the tactical capabilities and the more personal, like I said, the dark style of the Arkham series, going to this is very interesting.
Oh my God. There's like, it looks like Christopher Reeves is Superman is in this.
Kind of. The way they treat him, there's a funny part where KingShark is just like,
look, it's Superman. The mighty Superman has just rescued that pilot.
What a show off. Beat it, Spandex! We're on a top secret assassination mission here.
No.
evaporates that motherfucker.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like, wait, what?
So does anybody know who we're gonna kill? Points at Superman. Ah, fuck. But no, so and that's gonna be another thing. Like, you're fighting against the Justice League. I wonder how like those boss battles are gonna be. Because one, you're fighting against Superman. He's Superman. You don't fight against Superman, you lose.
Right.
But you know, a fight against Superman is gonna be different than a fight against, say, Batman. You know, a fight against Batman is gonna be different than fighting the Flash. I wonder how those boss battles are gonna be. That's gonna be, this game is, it's gonna be an endeavor. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it.
This I don't know. Me too. I think I'm interested in seeing some gameplay of this. Over I know that they already released a like gameplay walkthrough of Gotham Knights, but I think I definitely want to see more of this game.
Yeah.
And I'm more interested in playing this game just off of the trailer without sound. So I mean,
that's saying something.
Yeah.
You know what else is saying something?
What else is saying something, Dre?
Allow me to say it in a haiku. Sitting here with Steven, watching trailers anew, I asked myself, what would Batman do? That's right. They call me the haiku because we're talking about that new Batman. This is a horrible segue. This is a horrible segue. I'm pushing the abandon button. We're talking about the Batman teaser.
From your secret friend.
Underneath the bridge.
Who?
Topper sprung a leak. And the animals I've trapped.
Haven't a clue.
All become my pet.
Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
The Batman teaser. The Batman teaser.
The Batman teaser. Oh my God.
Steven.
Oh my God.
Like, where do like one, you want to talk about something out of left field. If this was E3, like if we treated these little short presentations like Comic-Con, DC Fandome, whatever, Disney D24, whatever, if this was E3, without even seeing what Disney has for the later quarter of the year or the beginning quarter of next year, whatever their slate of movies, all that stuff, this would be a mic drop moment. Yeah. This would be a mic drop moment. Out of left field, nobody even knows this is coming. We know it's gonna be. We're thinking because they shut down production because of COVID, we're not even gonna see anything until like 2024 or something like that. You know, we're losing hope. The night is dark, and then the signal breaks the clouds, and what do we see? Is Batman beat the shit? Vengeance.
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Like, my mind blew, bro. When you sent me that text message, I wouldn't even know. I was doing some modeling, whatever, and then you sent me this text message. I'm like, oh, I died.
I know. It was the same thing. A friend texted me, Tyler, who I did the Relic, movie club podcast with. You can check it out. Short little plug there. He texted me and was like, "Did you see the Batman trailer?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I dropped everything. I had a meeting that was starting in like 2 minutes. I was like, I don't care. I am starting this trailer. I don't care how long it is. Whatever, I'm watching it, and it exceeded my expectations.
Oh my God. Like,
I was expecting it to be like great, but this is fucking phenomenal.
It is
amazing.
I can't even like wrap my head around like what about it makes me so excited. But a small part of me is like,
let's find out.
A small part of me is like, there's such a mix of styles of what's going on here. You know, like when I watch this trailer, I see nodes of the Nolan films. Right. But I also feel nodes of the Tim Burton films. And then when he says that I'm vengeance, I'm like, this is like the animated series. So I'm just like, this is all the great Batman stuff. Like just put together in one nice package.
It really seems like some detective serial killer cat and mouse game from the trailer. It looks like Seven.
Yep. I was just about to say that.
Adventure 7, with the tape and the newspapers with lies written on it, and everyone in all the cops and the forensic team taking pictures, and then there's like the press conference, the big old press conference, which that shot. I don't know why I love that shot with all the boom mics hanging on and all of that. Oh my God.
You're a big fan of Newsies. That's what that is.
I've been so excited for this movie for so long. And they said when they were like, okay, Matt Reeves is doing it. And I was like, back when Ben Affleck was going to be doing it, they were like, okay, yeah, Ben Affleck was like, okay, I'm not going to direct it. I'm going to let my buddy Matt Reeves direct it. I was like, oh my God, that's great. I was like, Ben Affleck's good, but like Matt Reeves is good too. And it's like, I really enjoy, like I talked about this on the American Pickle podcast. I talked briefly about War for the Planet of the Apes. I fucking love that movie, which was Matt Reeves directed. And
I did not know that.
Yeah. And like he has hit it out of the park for me, but he's been under the radar kind of. I mean, not like he's still like, he directed Cloverfield, but like, and Let the Right One In, but it hasn't been, he's not
a household name.
He's not a household name, exactly. But this with the Batman, people were like, okay, who is this man? How is he doing the Batman? And it like he's been on my list of people. Like I'm like, okay, new movie. He's attached, whatever. And like he has his own film company, and I was like, how do I get into that film company? But like I've been excited. Like PaulDano. He is in this movie. He plays the Riddler. When that was first announced, I was like, oh my fucking God. I watch anything that he is in. And then CollinFarrell is the Penguin. Was cast as the Penguin. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Okay, sure. And then there was like AndySerkis is playing Alfred. What the fuck? I'm losing my mind. JeffreyWright is playing fucking Commissioner Gordon. That's okay. What? That's great. Fucking ZoeKravitz as Catwoman. What are you doing? This is insane. How are you assembling all of these people? And then there's Barry Keogh. He's in the movie. JohnTurturo, whatever the fuck his name is. PaterSarsgaard. There's so many players in this movie that make me. And then of course there's RobertPattinson as Batman, and everyone was like, that's fucking weird. Yep, that's a weird choice, and I get that. It's kind of a weird choice when you first think about it.
Is it? I mean,
like when you think
vampires
about,
and bats.
I was gonna say you think of when most people think of Robert Pattinson, they think of Twilight, and that's the whole series. But ever since Twilight, he's been doing his Daniel Radcliffe shit, where he's just been doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's like, I got all the money. I don't care. He's like, I will do my weird art house stuff. And he has. Check out Good Time, his best performance. And man, I was like, whatever happens with this movie, I know it's going to be great because of the director and the cast of characters. I don't care who's writing the script. It could be if it could be like, oh, from the screenwriters that wrote Alvin and the Chipmunks. And I'd be like, okay, somehow it'll be good. Right. Somehow it'll be good. Somehow it'll be great. And then this trailer comes out and it fucking blows me away with this really small, extremely dark looking, like it looks more in the realm of like Joker and like that universe than it does with the Dark Knight trilogy or any other Batman movie that I've seen, really. It really looks like some like rated R, like, I don't know, like low budget. Like it doesn't look like, the only really shots that I can think of that are like, okay, this is like a comic book movie is
those explosions.
Batman, the explosions, yeah. But like Batman going up the stairs, rappelling up the stairs in the middle of the staircase. But everything else, I was like, oh my God.
Which happens a lot in Batman movies and comic books now that I think about it.
Yeah, he does.
Motherfucker love the middle of a staircase. Like, I don't.
And it's like Spider-Man pulling things together.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to have, but yeah.
Both look good. Both of those little trademarks look good. And I understand it, but damn, he does do it a lot.
So there's so much in this trailer that is like in story wise, like that bring me so much into what's going on here. Like, speaking of the Joker, like there's a scene, like one, like I'm all over the place. I'm so excited, but I was like everybody else when it's like Rob Pattinson, Twilight Boy. That Twilight Boy gonna be playing my Batman, one of my favorite heroes ever. He gonna play the Batman. Then just cut to the just like, oh, he play whoever he wants to. You do You want my wallet?
That was him beating up the fans, all the Batman fans that were saying that he can't do it. And
But
they were like, "Oh my God,
though.
Is that Robert Pattinson? Who are you?" And then he was like, "Vengeance." And then everyone was like, "Okay, all right." Once he didn't say I'm Batman, people were like, "Okay, all right, you sold me. All right, that's it. Okay, cool."
So speaking on that scene though, notice what the people are wearing that are asking him who he is. So you a big Batman fan?
Yeah.
Watch all the series, stuff like that?
Most of them. I wouldn't say, I'm not going to say that Batman is my favorite comic book characters, superhero. I haven't seen everything. There's a lot out there.
Let me ask you this question to see if you test your fandom. What came after Batman the animated series?
Are you talking about movies or are you talking about TV show?
Animated series.
Wasn't it Batman Beyond?
I believe it was a Batman. Actually, it's the New Adventures of Batman and Robin. But after that, yes, Batman Beyond. And in that show, remember the Joker didn't show up until Return of the Joker, but there were Jokers in that show. The Jokers were a gang that pretty much homaged themselves after the Joker. Now listen to this now. And I know it's probably not, because this is the DC multiverse now, right? Whatever. Okay. But what if this is sort of a sequel to Joker?
I think it could be.
Like I think
it honestly
could be. Because if you remember the end of Joker,
world.
Joker causing that panic and pretty much making everybody dress in clown makeup. What if that shit died down? But there's still roving gangs, a Joker gang, as it were. And Batman, having lived through, his father being threatened and stuff like that, actually does come up in Providence after that. Maybe his parents are killed by a Joker. One of the Joker gangs instead of Joe Chill. Maybe he is killed by one of the Joker gang. And it feels like he too must don a mask in order to get vengeance to get the hearts and minds of the criminals of this city. I feel like that should be dope.
I think that it would be. And I think that we were talking about this in part 1, and I really like how it could be that. It can be this movie can be whatever it wants. It doesn't have to fit into some kind of universe. It can just be the Batman. It could be, you could theorize that it is a sequel to the Joker. They could have shot it having seen the Joker and then been like, okay, yeah, we're gonna put a little bit of this in there. Make them think a little bit. Make the fanboys go a little crazy. And they do. And that's what I like about this. It's just so okay, we were talking about part 1 about the Suicide Squad being James Gunn in the featurette being like, this is the most different comic book movie that there's ever been. And I was like, okay, Joker was that. And since this fits into, basically, it seems like it's in the Joker universe, this is the Batman movie that I've been wanting for a long time. Right. Like I said, it looks like a R-rated, low-budget movie. It's probably not going to be R-rated.
Probably not.
But it's definitely not low-budget.
It ain't going to be no daggone PG. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, exactly. But it looks like it. It looks like a very. Oh my God! I can't. I'm just repeating myself now.
So there's another aspect that I feel like is different from this and the other Batman movies that came from. Because when I was looking at this, I was thinking how is this different from the other Batman films? Because we've had literally, I guess, 3.5, maybe 2.5. Actually, full on 3. So you have the Tim Burton Batman series, then kind of rebooted with the Showmakers. That's 2. Then you get the Nolan series of Batman films. Then you got the DCEU Batman films. You know what I mean? So we've had this different iterations of Batman. What makes this one different than those other ones? And Adam West with if you count the TV movies, I don't know if they were ever theatrical, but if you count those, yes, that one as well. But I don't know if that what's different from this than the other ones. There's a lot, but I feel like it borrows a lot from here. A few of the different things happens to be, one, the look of Bruce, how young Bruce is, right? Which leads a lot to this being, like they said, they said specifically, this is Batman year 2, not year 1. It's based off of the comic book Batman year 1. This is basically year 2, a little bit after him being Batman. And 2, cinematically, I didn't notice a cut when he was beating down that criminal. A lot of the other Batman films, when you do a lot of action scenes, there are quick cuts to where it doesn't, it takes you out, depending on who you are, it takes you out of action. There's not really a lot of like big fight scenes. Here, he is hitting that dude for a long time. And where I know Batman is more of a mental hero, where, he fights a couple of thugs and stuff like that with the, action, with the martial arts and whatnot. I feel like here we're going to see a lot more of that, which is great.
I think we're going to see more of that. And what really drew me into it, I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, is it seems like they remembered, MattReeves and his co-writer, they remembered that Batman is a detective.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a detective story. I mean, this is just a teaser. You can't get the story off of this at all.
Right.
But it looks like they remember that he is a detective, and he's a detective vigilante who's out there beating people up.
Right.
And chasing people down. And it's like that shot of the Penguin driving away and being like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. And it's like, what?
No, I was just, go finish. No, go finish.
No, that was pretty much it.
But
it just
Colin,
looks like...
when you said that, I just remember CollinFarrell. They got this man, and you wouldn't even know it's him.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it's him with that makeup.
That's amazing. That's amazing to me. Like, I love it when actors who, because in a lot of these superhero films, mask off for most of the movie, you got to show the face, right? I feel like a lot of the actors in here aren't really are about that life. Like, you got CollinFarrell as the Penguin, barely recognizable. PaulDano looks like he's gonna be either in shadow or in a mask the whole entire time until the end,
taped up, in his face, like his victims.
So,
and Selena Kyle in this with the mask on.
With the mask on, who knows how much of her face we're gonna see? Like, this is gonna be really cool. Like, I think this is gonna be a really well acted Batman film, well actioned Batman film, well storied Batman film, and I can't wait for this. Now, let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be on strictly streaming. If it's going to be on, I think it's going to be on HBO Max or whatever. But they're planning on doing pretty much another Gotham, but on HBO Max as a prequel to this movie.
Oh, I didn't know it was a prequel to this movie.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much about how the Gotham police is corrupt and sort of the corruption that leads up to this movie. So where this movie is Batman Year One, it's pretty much that movie is going to be the show is going to be Gotham Year One, pretty much. What do you think about that?
I want to check that out. I've been meaning to get to watching Gotham, but I just haven't.
Okay, so don't check out Gotham thinking it's anything like this, because Gotham is insane. Let me tell you, Gotham is insane.
Yeah,
that show is bug nuts.
I've heard that it's it gets pretty off the walls. I know that it's not some kind of grounded. It's not a CW show, isn't it?
It's not. It was on Fox.
Fox, yeah, that's what it is. I know it. I mean,
I think it was made by Greg Berlanti though, who's heads up all that DC stuff. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because I thought it was announced a while ago that he was going to do Booster Gold. He was going to.
They've been announcing there's either going to be like a boost. They've been wanting. There's been in talks forever that there's either going to be a movie or a TV show on Booster Gold or whatever. I don't know what everybody's obsession is with Booster Gold, but sure, go ahead. More power to you.
But yeah, I think that I want to check out the HBO Max show. If it's anything like this and it fits into this world and it truly is a prequel, it looks good. Like, I am looking forward to that. Like I want to know, like, are there any details? I haven't seen any details of like the showrunner or like directors attached or anything like that. If they find a good director to do the pilot and they have a good showrunner, then I'm all in.
Man, but I'm a little worried. Because when you do like these tie-in the TV, I mean, that was the problem, and there's a lot of problems with the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe TV to movies and whatnot, and that's its own thing. But even on just like a production side here, the movie is going on at a certain pace. The television show has to go on at a certain pace. Like how many when you do a TV show, you want to at least reach syndication, right? You want to get to those 100 episodes as you can do reruns. Now it might be different because it's streaming, and that's a whole different animal in and of itself. So I don't know how that works. You know, what's your goal there? But how many seasons of this is going to be? You know what I mean? Like, what's the story going to be that it drags out? Because this is the year before, you know, Batman comes into prominence. Is Robert Pattinson going to be there? Or do you have JeffreyWright for, you know, the show up in his ass? It's pretty much going to be his show, you know, where he's the protagonist trying to, you know, stop all of the criminals and whatnot. Like, do you need to watch this show in order to get, or will watching the show spoil the movie? Will watching this show help the movie? Will there be like stuff that the movie hangs on in order to make sense with the show? Like, it's these kind of like juggling acts that I'm wondering how they're going to handle that make me like a little worried for the show, not the movie. I feel like the movie would be like, fuck it, we don't care. But the show itself, like, for it to be good.
I am reading right now. I'm definitely into this. I'm definitely gonna watch this fucking show.
Okay.
It says that MattReeves, an article came out 3 days ago that he was talking about the spinoff series Gotham PD.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's talking about it, that means he's involved. Apparently, he is going to oversee the show.
Okay.
If he does the pilot and like actually oversees it, and like this is his show, along with the showrunner Terrence Winter, who fucking made Boardwalk Empire, and
Never seen it, but I've heard things.
He directed. I mean, he didn't direct. He wrote The Wolf of Wall Street. He wrote Vinyl, I think, which is the Martin Scorsese show that lasted like a season. He was a writer on The Sopranos. He's a very big writer. He's done a lot of TV. Like he wrote on The Sopranos. I don't think he was the showrunner for it, but he wrote like a lot of episodes, and then HBO was like, all right, cool, we'll give you your own show. And that was Boardwalk Empire, and that show is very highly
so
acclaimed.
He's got a good stuff. He's got a good library.
He's got
stuff
a
on his
good
belt.
track record, and he's worked a lot with HBO. All the shows he's been on have been for HBO.
Okay.
And if HBO brought this idea to him, or he brought if MattReeves and Winter came together and they were like, we should do this thing, let's go to HBO. However it came out, that combo right there, I'm very fucking interested.
I'm glad that there is going to be at least more cohesion between the movie and this show, because again, that's something that Marvel had some, and we're going to see a difference with that when they come out with the Disney Plus show. So that'll be good to see how that cohesion works there. I just worry, you know, I worry. In time will tell, you know, because I do want something like this to succeed. I think that's the final vestige when we have movies and televisions like syncing up to where it used to be the movies and, you know, were the prime gold standard, and TV was just like the lower dregs of watching crap. But now they're like equal almost, and you know, you got Oscar caliber actors on TV and in movies, and then they can work together. So I think that's the last vestige of like what this whole multiverse universe thing is going to be, is like a nice cohesion between TV and movies. And I really would like to see that, but I understand the limitations that also come with that. But that's it. We've overpassed our allotted time. I'm sorry, Steven. We gotta leave him one more, man. We gotta leave, or else we doing an hour again. That is insane. Because I want to leave time for people to say what they think. Tell us what you think about the DC fandoms. What was your favorite thing to come out of this? Are you have you now jumped the ship from Marvel to DC like the rest of us? Fuck Marvel. DC forever. Snap Marvel out of existence. I just want to hear the hate that comes along with that. But no, what do you truly do? What do you think in the comments? Let us know. You can find those comments on YouTube. You can't really comment on the iTunes, but you can rate us and review us and give us a like. You can comment on the Facebook where we be at. We be talking. You can comment on the Instagram where we gonna post a little preview of this. You can comment on Steven's Letterboxd, which is
cut to the right for now.
until he changes it.
It's at Cut to Black, not at Cut to Black for now. Oh God.
You can comment on my letterbox, King Price for life. You can probably comment on a lot of places, and then when you comment, just in case that you want more opinions that are like-minded to yours, you can share it with other people. All I'm saying, that's all. I'm not twisting your arm like Robert Pattinson is Batman. That's not me. I'm more peaceful. I'm giving you the option. You have a choice. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Do you make me want to come back? And I hope the answer is yes. Because we love you, we want you here, and that jet is getting on my nerves. I'm gonna be mad at it. We gotta go. Oh, peace.
A little early for Halloween, but just in time for fall.